Okay, guys, welcome. Hey, Dot. Hey, Joan, lady of the hour, Joan Smithies. Um, if you're watching this recording, you might want to skip forward a couple minutes while we get some chatters in the box here going for the sale. Joan, so sorry about this being so late. I'm going to try to get it done earlier. My mom is back in the hospital again, and it's kind of rough right now. So I've been over there for 6.5 hours today, and just got back here to the house about not quite an hour ago. So I'm going to try to work it so I can get on here earlier for you. I know you're over the big pond. Susan, hi. Gayla, look at you. Zandra, Kathy, hi guys. Welcome. Hey Martha. Devin. Yeah, she's having a rough time right now. So hey Evie. All right, so let's get started because I'm not going to be. I'm fried, honestly. So I'm going to stay on about an hour, maybe hour and a half max if I make it. But I will be streaming. God, God give me the strength and everything goes right. Today, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, every day, once a day, different times. Hopefully earlier than this for Joan's sake. Through the end of the sale. So here's the sale. This is 25% off the whole site, which is well over 4,000 stencils. The code is Joan25. And if your order is over $50 after the discount, which I think is about $65 retail, that would net you to orders over 50 with the discount, you get a free stencil designed by Mrs. Smithies, and it's this one here. So a lot of versatile options with that one. All right, so that'll be the freebie. I'm going to set this to the side, but these are the deets right there, istencils.com. All right, let me put this over here, and we'll go through these. I kind of scattered them here for a thumbnail, but my thumbnails don't seem to be working like they used to, so who knows what this is going to look like when I get done. But anywho, thanks for all you guys joining me with, again, late notice. It's my life, so there's not too much I can do about that. But let's go. This one you saw me post on social media. I grabbed this. This is one of my favorites. This one's called Circular Clusters. And look at the detail in those. You know I love a good circle. Hey, Tam. So that's one of my personal favorites so far. And to be honest, I just opened this and leafed through them, grabbed one out of it to take pictures. I haven't even seen all of these myself yet. How pitiful is that? Stencils that I haven't even touched. Let's see if we can get some of these dirty tonight. Here's another one. This one is Captive Hearts. Is that what you call Paul? Your captive heart. Cracked Ice. This one looks like a mosaic to me that you could watercolor or something in and do something with all those little nooks and crannies. This one is called Brocade. This one is called Circuitry Maze. You know, the hardest thing, I think harder than designing these is naming the suckers. Oh, that was always really hard for me. Captive Circles. This is a cool one. Cool. Kind of looks almost like citrus slices-ish. A little abstract, but citrus slices. Summer's coming. Candle Flame. I hope you can't hear me yawning, but I am yawning. Circle Rosettes. More skirkles. You know I love my skirkles. Raindrops. You know what? You could probably, let's see. Turn that rascal upside down. Oh, no, this way for raindrops, too. Yeah, both. Absolutely. This one is Circle Variations. Circle Formation. You got a ton of new designs on here, Joan. Crazy Fish. Oh, this is one that you can, it's 2 pieces on this one that you can cut apart. See, this can cut apart and use it as a mask, and this one almost like a bookmark size. And this one's called Divine. You have been busy. Driplet. Here's some of your drips. That almost, to me, at a glance, looks like a poppy pod. This bit of it here. Poppies. Oh, I like these 8-sided overlay. These are cool where you get the blank one, and then you can go over it with any of these patterns that fit into the bigger one. And then here you got 3 patterns that fit into, this. So it's the same thing. It's, this, you can see the same pattern here. No, here, right? These 2 and these 2 are different sizes that match these. So that's kind of cool for mixed media to give you the same pattern repeated in different sizes. I always like doing that with mine too. Ooh. Encapsulated. That's cool for all you circle and heart fans. Here's a mask that you can cut apart. Now let's see. Is there a name on here? I don't see a name on here. However, you can find it on the website. You can see it's got all these little elements from all the other stencils that you've seen. You can see a lot of those in here, so that's kind of cool. Again, a different size from the other stencils. Oops, I got 2 here. These look like picture frames. Oops, I'm stucky. This one is called Frame 1. It's actually 2 frames on there, so I'm guessing there's another set of frames coming up. That's a cool idea, Joan. You've got such a creative mind. Hey, Liz. So creative. And I think this is probably too small to have the name on it with all the curves. But that's really cute. And this is a mask where you have no border around it. Like some of these, the stencils, you have a border around it that's a solid line. But this is just like a floating design with no end caps on it, if you will. That's pretty. Looks like lace. And here's this rascal. I like this. Imaginary Abstract. I like that one. I like these circles coming out of here. You know how I do a lot of half circles in my collages. That may come into play. Oops, 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 oops. But this is a real fine mask. And this does not have a name on it either. But again, they're all under. If you go to the iStencils website, I put the link at the beginning of the chat, and I will throw it in there again since we're talking about this. Paste. Enter. That is a link that takes you to the iStencils page. It's my section, but Joan stencils are under my section. So if you go from scratch, if you just go to iStencils.com, look for Patti Tolley Parrish stencils. And when you click into there, you'll see my stencils, 6x6, 8x10, 8-inch round, and then you'll see Joan's Smithy. So when you click on Joan's, and that's the direct link I gave you, that'll show you all of Joan's new ones, old ones. They're all tangled, itty bitty tangled. Okay, there you go. Joan knows what she's doing. Much unlike myself these days. Oh, this is cool. Orbit. That's a cool one for when you want something to really have a print that, if you use this on a gel print, that covers a lot of another gel print. If you get a really crappy gel print that you think is going to be wasted, put something like this over it and do it in a black or a white or a metallic, and let more of that, all this black will be metallic or black or white. And block out most of that, and you'll only see the ugly stencil through here, and trust me, it'll look fabulous. Oh, this is cool. Now, does this have a name on it? There's a little bit of room here. No, but this is another mask that you can keep together, or you can nip it apart. So you have two separate ones. Joan, you are a busy, busy girl. Oh, this one's cool. See. Yeah, this one can be separated as well, or left together. There's all kind of different ways to orient this one if you want to leave it together. It's kind of cool looking. This one's called Artful. Any Which Way Around. You got that right. These are tricky to build. A lot of you probably already know this, but in order for a stencil to stay together, right, and not just fall apart, they have to be connected. They have to have bridges, is the proper name for it, I believe, that connects one design to the other, yet doesn't interrupt the design, or something like this that just has holes, just individual holes. Like this would never fall apart because these are all separate holes. But when it's a big pattern like this, you have to have the bridges to hold it together, or it would fall apart. Fall apart. Like here's an example. Like if this stencil wasn't bridged by these little dots here, here, and here all the way across, these would just be separate rows because they're attached up here and down here. They'd be separate rows that would flop all over the place. Whereas this, holds it together like one sheet. You dig? Okay, that's what we got. So let me get some of this stuff out of my way. Have some of this paper laying out here so you can have some contrast and see what's the deal. So if anybody has any questions or wants to see one a certain way or doing a certain thing with it, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to play for a little bit. Here is the stencil information if you need that while I get myself situated. All right, let me get the old gel plate. Where can I set you? Well, I'm not going to be able to set it out here when I'm working. We all know that is not going to happen, right? Pretty sure we're all aware of that mess coming up. Man, these edges are really crusted up. I might pick these little crusty bits off another day. What is the connected triangles called? Is that the one I was just showing? Joan will know before I fumble and find it. This one, Tam? This one is Any Which Way Around. Bye, Evie. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, this is number 122, Any Which Way Around. Okay. I'm going to set this on my keyboard. It's probably going to make a big loud noise, but it's just a piece of paper and I'm laying down there. When I play that back, I hear this sounds like a tornado happening. Okay, so I'm just going to grab a few paints I have a few out here. Let me reach for a couple more fades. This one, this one. Maybe one of these. And, well, you never can tell. We might need a couple PBOs in here. I never hurt anybody. Never hurt anybody's feelings. Oh, I need to get my black and white too. It's like I completely forget what I'm doing here. I've never jelly printed before. That ain't right. All right, hang on. Let me get black and white. And we'll see where this gets us. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Got to move the paper. It's going to be a big boom. That's, thanks, Andrew. That's exactly what I was getting ready to do. I maybe used to be. I'm not the queen of much anymore. Since Tam was asking about this, I'll use this one first. And like my brain's not even kicking in here. We're just going to throw something down and go for it. And what do you know? There's purple and turquoise right here in a pile. That's shocking. All right, let's just smush these around. Don't want to roll them too much and get them mixed up into one new color. So Jones are A4 size, so they hang over a little bit, but basically the design inside the stencil fits completely on the gel plate, but you'll see where you do get a border here because this is the 8x10 that I'm using, which is not a bad thing. You can paint over it. You can cut it off. Most people are going to tear these up and use them in help me, collage. I'm deciding what kind of paper I'm going to use. Meanwhile, the paint's drying. Hello. I think Elizabeth St. Hilaire uses the back, slick back of this paper. I think. We'll see. Might have ruined the first flipping gel print, but we'll see. This is this sketch paper pad. It's 9x12, 48 sheets, Yasutomo. You can get it on Amazon and other art stores have it. And I think they have it on Joggles now. Hey, Amalia, how you doing? So all you Maryland girls, I'm going to be getting an email out to you. And all this craziness that's going on, I realized I thought I've got to get another email out to everybody. I still haven't signed the contract, but it's because they haven't had a chance to get it to me. They guaranteed we're good. They gave me a number that you can use to book your sleeping room. So in the next day or two, this week, I'm going to try really hard to sit down and compose an email to everybody, giving you that information, especially to the travelers who need to book a room. Hey, look at you. A little PBO flash in there. You can't hate it. That's all I'm saying. Let me get a piece of, I need to move this. No matter how I rearrange this, my tray stacked sorters for my different papers, some of my different papers, different delis, different bond papers, brace papers, you know, all the papers. The what's that stuff called? The real shiny, crackly. I almost said it. One dirty stencil. All right, now we're cooking, people. Now we're cooking. This is just my clean off sheet. But there you get the positive of the print. So that's, you can't hate it, really. You really can't. It's on the tip of my tongue. I gotta look. Glassine. Why do I always think it starts with a Q and it's glassine? There's no Q. I can't explain that little brain fart there. I don't know why I lock up with that one. So let's, you know what? Let me show you what I was talking about with this wide open stencil. Where were you? I'm going to blame this on Joan because she created so many. They're hard for me to find in a stack. I always like to find somebody to blame. Right, Gayla? Let's do this. No, this isn't it. That's not the one. Jeez, Louise. That one with the big ovals on it that overlap. And I said it left a lot of space. It will cover a lot of space on a print. That's one thing I love that Patricia does, or PM Artist Studios. She does a lot of forethought about which stencils she overlaps and what's going to be seen and not seen. Hey, Ange, how you doing? I'm going to put in this, more people came in, the stencil sale information. I'll put the link in here. Joan Smithies has a ton of designs. I'm going to try to stream Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for a little bit each day to play with these and share the code and the information for the sale, but it's site-wide, 25% off using Joan25, and a free stencil if you spend over $50 after the discount. And the free stencil will be added to your cart. When you hit that threshold, it's automatically going to add this stencil for free into your cart. So that's a pretty good deal. And there's over 4,000 stencil designs on their website. I'm just saying, it's a lot of stencils. So let's, I had something in mind. How will that look? I was thinking about doing this. So if I do it this way, everything that you see in those holes is going to be covered. I'm just going to do it. You know what? I ain't scared. Hey, Marta. Oh, yeah, Kathy. Like PM does their Uncle Joe's with that one with like the coffee rings on it, that I was doing that technique that they showed us too. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. So I'm going to do this in black. Now, this might be a big boo-boo. Don't blame the stencils. Blame my inability to think currently. So for those of you who just joined, I was telling everybody my mom is back in the hospital. A pretty serious situation. So I was up there 6.5 hours or so today. Just got home about an hour or so ago. And my brain's a little fried. So trying to do it. Yep, I ain't scared. They had a couple other ones that I have that I did that same thing with. And I think they called them, like, I can't remember, Aunt Mabel or something. One of them had different geometric shapes that overlapped. One of them was, I think, all squares or rectangles that overlap. Now, did I? Oh, see how cool that looks? That ain't bad. Let me try to get some of this up off here. Out of these holes of the stencil on this little cleanup sheet. And then when I lift this, Viola, you got the negative or the positive of that stencil. Try to get this off of here. Yeah, I've been on the phone most of the time. I'm not there with different doctors and nurses and all kind of moving parts. So, yeah, it's a lot. You know, I think I'm going to let that dry for a minute. And I think I'm going to pick it up with some bronze over that. So I do like how this came out. I thought I was going to be covering up too much, but the pattern under it was so busy that you can still, and still on those black patches, you can see a little of that PBO shine coming through, like up in here on some of them. I'm stalling now, waiting for this to dry. So don't mind my tactics. Here's a little book I can use to fluff a nutter with. Yeah, any of those big open stencils. So there's, there's busy ones, tight ones, wide ones like this. And when you think about overlaying them with something else and really think it through, you can make some pretty cool designs. All right, dry enough for my needs. Let's put this, my favorite iridescent bronze, over this. This paint dries really fast. I might have a little bit shy of what I really need on there. And then let's pull this. Let's pull it on deli because I know it's drying. I can see it drying. Get it on here. Hey, Linda. The code, if you're interested in the iStencil sale, Linda, is Joan25. No spaces. 25% off the entire site. So that includes, I know there's some Robin fans here. That includes Robin's stencils, my stencils, badass stencils. On days coming that I play with these, I'm going to, once I get quite a few of Joan's dirty, I'm going to start incorporating some of the other ones. I know people love the badass. They love Robin's. And just mix it up a little bit. It's a good time to take advantage of that sale. They haven't had a sale for a while. And that's pretty good. 25% off plus a free stencil if you spend $50 after discount. Not a bad deal for stencil freaks like me. Oh, that's kind of cool. Some crusty bits on there. Can't hate it. Okay, now this one, I had a little idea. I wasn't done yet. I've been dying to use this one. And I was thinking about going over it with maybe even the bronze. Or maybe even the bronze. I got the PBOs out, a couple of PBOs out here. I don't want to use those, though. There's some in that base. I'm talking it out. This is how my brains work. I do need a break. Lord, I need a drink. I need a break. I need a vacation. And probably some psychiatric treatment on the side. Shut up, Gayla. Oh, God bless me. You know what I would do if I was getting a little crazy, but I don't want to get this one crusted up right off the bat. I really like this one. I was thinking about spraying it with some of this spray paint, but then that's kind of stuck on that stencil and I don't want to, I'll ruin it down the road. I don't want to ruin it right off the bat. They're never really ruined. You soak them in a little Murphy's oil soap and hot water. Kaboom, you're good. Oh, remember the last time I was streaming and I had to drop because we had a leak in the hot water heater. It's a tankless hot water heater right over there. I'm looking at it. Anywho, yeah, it was leaking. We're still waiting on the part to come in. That was what, 2 weeks ago. So we have a split foyer. The original house is what we call the old side of the house, from the kitchen and dining and living room over to the 3 bedrooms and 1.5 baths on the old side. That's controlled by this tankless water heater. So we got no hot water heater in the kitchen. That's a scream. Or the shower that I was showering my mom in. So I got to do 2 things. I'm trying to multitask. I can't do it anymore. So every time we need to run the dishwasher or I'm cooking and need hot water here and there. We got to run downstairs, turn the water pipe on that feeds it, plug it in, and Dave's got a plastic big trash can under it catching the water that leaks. I'm doing this a little bit thicker because these holes are really small, and that'll help me get a good print over this. So we shall see. So finally, well, we originally they said the unit was close to 13 years old and the warranty was good for 12 years. Are you serious? So anyway, we thought it was out of warranty, but either way, we have a whole house warranty through a place called American Home Shield. So $100, of course, we got to pay a fee every month to hold that insurance. And then every service you use is $100 deductible. But these tankless water heaters can run you like $5,000 or more these days. So, long story, they called and they said, oh no, they are covering it under warranty and they're going to ship the unit to the plumber. So the plumber just called me today while I was at the hospital and said, can we come Tuesday between 7 and 4? I said, you most certainly can. So Dave's going to take the day off because I will most likely still be up at the hospital. So anyway, we shall have hot water again, just like grown-ups. Now this is, oh, I love the stencil. Oh, I really like that stencil, Joan. I knew it would be one of my favorites. Love that. So now, oh, let me take one of these and try to clean this out of those holes. And then what I'm going to do, I already know what I'm going to do. Do you know what I'm going to do? Get this off of there a little bit. Let me, it's a little bit wet still. Let me stall. Get my drawing book. Lack of parts for everything. Oh God. Isn't it crazy? Like how many years is this going to go on that we can't have parts for the necessities? And of course, you know, here they're talking about, they want us to get rid of gas stoves and gas cars and gas everything, except for the gas planes that the big wigs like to use, who want us to stop using everything. I'm just saying. But over my dead body will they drag my gas stove out of here. I'm going on record. Now, what am I going to pick this up with? Do I want to do something crazy? Or do I want to just pick it up with black so it really pops? I don't know. I'm leaning to crazy. Thanks, Kathy. It was just laying here. I used it for, oh, when I was demoing Robin's Art Foamy, the new ancient, oh God, ancient character, oh my God, how can I forget the name of those stamps? You know, with all the Asian symbols on it. Artisan Arts, hi, good to see you. Welcome. Anyway, I used one of the stamps and put a chop down here and a ginkgo leaf here. And I put a chop in here and a couple chops here, chop here and a chop there. Anyway, it's still laying out here like everything else is. Look at me stalling and getting this really nice and dry. So what would look the coolest? I'm leaning towards doing some kind of turquoise behind that and picking it up on black. So I'm going to do, this is Amsterdam turquoise green. I'm going to do a, oop, that's a big plop right there. That's okay. Do a little bit of that. And I think I'm going to throw in some of this PBO blue green. Oh, you know what? I want the green blue. I like that one even better. Hang on. Doesn't sound different, but it is. You can see it a little bit on camera sometimes. It seems very faint there. Where can I show you? This one is green blue. The paint's green with blue iridescent. And this one, the paint's blue with green iridescent. They look pretty much the same. But when you put this green blue where it shows against anything black, it looks lovely. Oh, losing my strength there. Okay, I'm going to put this real close to that and just see how this mixes up. Maybe I'll do it like this. Go this way and then drag some down. Oh, look how much thicker that turquoise one was. That's really thick. That Amsterdam paint is a lot thicker. So I'm going to grab a piece of my black. This isn't the Deli. This is the Eclipse by Nina. It's a ream of paper. I get it on Amazon. You can get it different places. I'm sure something like Simon Says Stamp has it. But it's the Nina bond paper. It's called Eclipse. I think it's like 24 pound. I love this stuff. It's real blackety black. Like this deli paper that I was using earlier. Where the hell did I even put it? Here. See the difference? This is the dark side, but it's still, you can really see the difference. And then this is the back side of it. So if you're looking for gray or charcoal paper, this is your baby right there. You want blackety black. The Nina Eclipse is my fave. One seems to like the Amsterdam paint. Where do we buy it? I think you can get this stuff just about anywhere. Blix, Amazon. This one just happens to be the Expert acrylic, and they have another. Do I have one up here? No, that one's Expert too. I don't have another tube of it here right now. But they have a basic brand as well. And actually, I don't see a whole lot of difference in them other than maybe the thickness of this one. I haven't used them for a while. Glenda, hi. When I see new people coming in, I want to try to put this in there. Don't feel like you have to spend money and buy stencils, but if you want to buy them, now's a good time to buy them. And I don't want anybody to miss the sale if they really want them. But only if you really, really want them. You're going to really, really want a few of these. I'm telling you. That sounded much like pressure sales. I won't do it. Don't like to be pressured myself. All right, that one seems stuck on there pretty good. Let me get my other camera up there so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Oh, that's cleaning the plate really well. So this should be interesting. Interesting good or interesting bad, yet to be determined. Well, that blob right there didn't help me. Let's see there. That's one of those thick spots. See what happens? But the rest of it, I don't hate it. I love the design and some of the different colors poking through there. Now, I wouldn't use this whole sheet for something. I'd rip her up and use little bits in collage somewhere along the line. Let's print up this. This is the freebie design. And this will be added to your cart automatically once you go over the threshold of what you need to spend, which I think is like $65 retail, which ends up being $50, which it says on the, here's my damn sign. Here. Yeah, orders over $50 after discount. And then it'll automatically get added to your cart. It's not something you can see and add in there yourself. It will be taken care of. So let's do something different. Let's do flowery colors. This is the PBO orange yellow. And let's do, let's see what we got over here. Oh, the pink one and the red one. Let's mix them all up. This one is violet blue. Looks like hot pink-ish. Oop, that was not the artist. That was the paint tube. In case anybody is thinking the worst. It's okay. All right, let's just smush these up and see what happens. These are all, I don't want to say metallics. They're, they have a mica in there, but the paint's one color and they have an opposing color that is the mica color, like blue, green, violet, blue, blah, blah, blah. You get it. The first color is the paint, the first name on the color. Oh, that kind of looks like raccoon in a few places. Oh, Mama, like that. I might tear that sucker off of there. Okay, so here we go. This one is called, this is the freebie. No, I just said that. So this is, because these are A4 and I'm using the wrong size plate, I'm just going to put these all the way to the edge so I catch these two flowers all on the plate. These aren't going to make it on the plate, but you get what I'm saying, right? You get it. I know you get it. Hey, Judy. Dave came over. My brother was there with me at the hospital for a good while today. And then Dave came over after work. He had to take his car to get the emissions test. And when he got back from that, he dropped by the hospital and spent some time with my mom. And then he and I left. Skip stayed. And we stopped to get a quick bite, because I needed to come back and do this. And we just stopped at this little sub shop. And when I ate, I was really hungry. And when I ate food and that hit my belly, oh my God, I thought I was going to fall asleep driving home in the car. I was like, okay, I'm done. I told Dave after I get done streaming, whoo, Mama's going to put her feet up and kick her back a little bit. What the heck is that? Oh, Dave's doing laundry. Fancy schmancy washer and dryer is an app on my phone, which I would have never ordered. It just came with it. And I thought, hey, what's this? But it's nice because when we're out in the sunroom, we can't really hear the washer and dryer buzzers go off. But I can on my phone. Oh, look at those. You can see where I smushed the stencil a little bit and kind of got a shadow, but it kind of looks 3D. Maybe I did that intentionally. You'll never know. I will never admit it. I like how those mixed up, though, on some of those. Groovy for you flower lovers out there. Flower power. All right, let me find one of my old pieces of deli to clean this off with. April, hello, darling. Yeah, I'm going to have, I don't think it's a choice, Joan. I think I'm going down, whether I want to or not. Mama needs a break. So I think I will, what can I do here? What could I do here? I'm thinking, because I got a lot of these holes cleaned out from the paint, that what if I did black to do one of those patina things I used to call it? I don't know, with these colors. Oh, you know what? Before I hose this up, I'm taking this little rascal right here. See how some of that kind of looks raccoon-y, for those of you who know what raccoon is? That will find its way in a collage coming to you shortly. Okay, a little bit of black, not too much, not too little. Too little won't work either. And this should be dry. It's mostly dry. We don't fuss about the details. We don't run such a tight ship around here anymore. We just half-ass everything and hope for the best. All right, let's get some of that off of there. Now I'm just letting the weight of the brayer take off extra paint. You can start to see the shapes kind of come through. I might have to do that twice. I can see them here on a, you can see them there a little bit raised up, but they could use a little bit more paint coming off of there to get the right kind of look. Well, we'll see. I'm going to do it on deli. These make good collages. I hope we can still get this quick wrap deli. That this is my favorite. So April, the code is Joan25. If you're interested in buying any stencils, she's got a ton of new ones out there, but this is for the whole shebang, the entire site, that the 25% applies to. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, hopefully at a more decent hour. Joan, if you need to drop, please drop. I know you're knocking on midnight or well, no, you're probably knocking on 1 o'clock in the morning there. That's a late night, and I'll try to get this done earlier, especially on the weekends, maybe before I head over there. That would be the more civil thing to do to the lady of the hour. And then after I get a lot of Jones played with here, we will move to incorporating some of Robin's, some of mine, some Badass, some of Joan's older ones. Mix it up a little. I don't think I like this one. It's not too bad. But look at those blobs of turquoise, how it picked up the bronze under it. I wish it was all like that now. But it still looks a little raccoonish on there. But anyway, in my head, it looked a little different, but it's not bad. All right, is there any particular? Oh, good, Joan. Hey, Pam, long time. Good to see you. Does anybody have any special requests? There's so many here to look at. Oh, this one I want to do. Yes, I do. Oh, and I want to do this one. No. I want to do that one. Oh, my. So many stencils, so little time. Oh, you know what I'm going to do, I think? I just saw, let me think about this. Out of the corner of my eye. Oh, hang on. Do I just want to do gold? I'm going to do gold instead of the bronze, I think. Just to get crazy. Just to get a little cray-cray. Let's go gold. Get that down. A lot thicker down here. I'm trying to transfer some of it up there. I'm going to put this one down. Now, hold on to your giblets. If this turns out right, this is going to be lovely. And it's not big enough to cover the whole thing, but we will cover what we can get. This is that acid red paper, rice paper that Robin McClendon made me buy. Let's just admit it. But I used this with one of her stamps with that real gold Sumi ink that I used to make a chop out of for my last collage. So I'm thinking this gold on here may or may not be stunning. Okay, let's see what happens. It looks like it's all picking up. Oh, hello, lover. Look at you. That looks like lace, doesn't it? And for those of you who like the Oriental kind of stuff, this red paper, be scrumptious. I'm telling you, it wasn't cheap. There's a lot on the roll, but it's got a backing on it, like you can see the rice paper on the back. And then this kind of almost separates from it. It doesn't, but almost. You can't hate that. It is kind of velvety. A little, it's got a little, you can't see it. It's too bright. It blurs out the camera. It's, it is. It's nice. It's nice. These stencils that are little, oh, look at the little pattern I put in there. It's like I knew what I was doing almost. Yeah, see, I'll post that link. Um, but when you have this lacy little stencil with no frame around it, so it's kind of a little floppy, and delicate, I guess is the word, like me. um, you see me how I wipe some of mine off to get the wet paint off the back, and I rub them in a circle. You can't do that with these. You're going to pick up the edges. You're never going to tear these unless you are The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Possibly can. I'm not sure he could. Phone book, maybe. These stencils, I'm not sure. But anywho, yeah, they are quite sturdy, but you don't want to booger them up for nothing. So you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to put down, you can see all these shadows on here, this gold. I couldn't help it, Kayla. I was like teed up for me. I had to take it. Yeah, I do too, Pam. Without that border on them. And Xandra, do you know Xandra? Scraps to Beauty by Xandra? She has a YouTube channel, and she has done techniques where she's taken a stencil like this, a regular stencil, and cut this off, got rid of that border to make this like a mask with no border on it, and done techniques with that. And that's, you can do that. You can do it. Oh, good. Okay. All right. This is another Amsterdam acrylic expert. This one is phthalo turquoise blue. So I'm going to put a little bit. Was it this one I really liked? I think this is really transparent. Let my brain work. I'm just going to put this color on. I'm not going to mix it. Ooh, that's pretty. And that blob was a little bitty too much. Okay. Now I'm going to take this rascal right here, which is called Imaginary Abstract. And I can get all that open design on here, but it's going to have a border the way I have it. And like I said, and you know what? I might cut one of these rascals off tomorrow just to show you and play with it, because they are versatile. I'm going to grab, you know what? I'm going to grab another piece of this sketch paper. Hey, Eminem. Bonnie. Hello. Yeah, she's outdone herself this time. It's a really pretty turquoise. Yeah, and it is transparent. This right here looks bluer in the camera than it does in person. It does have more of a greenish turquoise to it. It's pretty. So the code, Bonnie, is Joan25. I think I posted that on social media. You might have seen that. And here's the link to Joan's goodies. But this discount is for the entire site. So, earlier, Bonnie, I was telling all the Maryland girls that I'll be sending out an email, hopefully this week. What's today's Thursday? Crap, that's tomorrow. Anyway, the contract still isn't signed because they're way behind. I think they might be short somebody in the office. She guaranteed our space, and I said we need to start booking our sleeping rooms. We don't want to get to the point where somebody else is getting them. So she gave me a code, so I need to share that code in the instructions, because we got P&M coming, and they're newbies. They couldn't come last year, but okay, dokie. Now this sketch paper has a very it's got a rough side, which is on. So this is the front of the pad, right? When you open it up, this side is real slick. It almost feels like glassine. This, can you feel how rough that is? That feels different than rice paper. But I think Elizabeth St. Hilaire, she loves this stuff. And I believe she picks up her prints on the slick side, which seems to be the side they're encouraging you to use since that's face up, right? But and if I have done prints on the rough side, but they will almost look like you're printing on fabric with a nap to it a little bit. It doesn't cover every little bit completely. Hey, Joan, Ora Bora Alice, that's Bonnie. Sneaky little rascal. She's not really Alice, although she would love to be, probably. Okay, let's see what we got. I'm hoping this picked up some of that gold. Ha! You rascal, you certainly did. Look at you. And look how it got darker with the turquoise around every border of every hole for some reason. But you can see in the bigger little blobs, you can see the design of that that mask with the little hearts in it. You can't hate it, people. I do love this stencil. I love it. I love it. Okay, I need to get a little Schmutz piece here. And see, this one, I can pretty much... Oh, Gayla, that was one of your rocks from your rock garden you got me that you just heard go pow in the background. Fell off my shelf. See, this one you can do this. That other one, you can't do that. You have to do this. Trust me when I tell you that. Actually, I'm getting rid of this one. This one's getting a little yucky. Why does this keep buckling up on me? Why? Bonnie, you'll love this one. I used this earlier. I can see it here and I want to use it again, but I'm trying to use different ones. This one. Let me show you the print I did. Using 3 different stencils. But that one's on top of it with the bronze. Hello, lover. And then I don't know if you're here when we did that on that red paper that Robin made me buy. With gold paint. Can't hate it, people. If you hate it, you're in the wrong place. Feel free to depart. All right, what time is it? 8 o'clock. When did I start? 7, right? Yeah, 7. Okay, I'm good for a little while longer. I'm getting a second wind. There's so many. I don't know. Oh, I want to try this one. This one I like. So I'll try it. Ay. Okay, what am I going to do with this little yumminess? Oh, look at all the gold still on that, under that blue, which of course it would be. So, what do we do here? Do we want to pick it up with, I think, something dark? I don't want to pick it up with gold. We'll lose the gold there. It's got to be darker than the blue. Do we want to go with like this indigo maybe? Or a lighter blue? Or a PBO? Oh, hello, lover. Should we do a PBO? But we got to do something contrasting, I think. Do something crazy like this one? Or was that this? That was this. Let's just do it. I'm feeling kind of ballsy after talking about Gayla's giblets. Oh, look how this is reflecting that mica color on the darker bits. See, I'm just about brain dead enough that my mistakes are actually working in my favor tonight. Oh, look at that. That's kind of nice right there. Looks like a little strip of washi tape to me. So let's do another piece of this sketch paper. Oops, that's 2. Don't tear, my little friend. I think this is gonna maybe be okay. Maybe okay. It does look magenta. It's this PBO, however you say it. It's a Dyna color. So the Dyna ones are the ones that are two-tone. The paint is one color, and then it's got a mica in it that's another color. This one's violet blue. So the paint is violet, the mica is blue that's in it. I would be willing to bet Joan has another stack this big ready to go in for new designs. Oh, Susan, my boss is awesome, Susan. He's very understanding and flexible. I'll be there going on 22 years soon. He knows that I'm, you know, what I'm saying is what's happening. And I've been given a lot of flexibility to family first kind of a thing. My other boss did that with me too. They've all been great. I can't complain about any of my bosses that I've had there, really. Oh, so this paper, don't stick on me. It pulled off a couple little pieces, but I think this might, oh, it's still a lot of paint down there. Oh, look at you. It's got all that bronze around the borders. Look how funky cool that looks. Now this one has some of the gold around the edges of the, let me see when I turn it, if you can tell where it's kind of pulled up around the edges in some places. Seriously? That, I mean, kind of looks stained glassy to me. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Bonnie. I'll take every one of them I can get. But look, we still have all this. You little rascal. What do you look like? Oh, it looks still that old. This I'm going to pick up, I think, with black. You notice I stalled there for a minute. I wasn't really convinced, but I'm gonna do it because black is a good puller upper. So is Titan Buff. Now I know all you Maryland girls, this will make you think of Dave when I say this, but like I like my men, tight and buff. This is a good one. Actually, a lot of the Golden's fluids are really good. They have a lot of whatever's in there that sucks the paint off of the plate that's dried. I know Robin likes that Nicolaizo Gold, Quinn Nicolaizo Gold. That's another one that pulls up good. They're the Titan Buff really does too. But you don't want a thick layer of it. Like that much, that's too much. But do I want to? That's really cute. Cute piece of paper. I'm going to take that. It's kind of bright and bluesy. Oh, look at you. Okie dokie. I'm picking that up on black. You won't see any of the black. Maybe I should just do it on deli. Had the right to change my mind. Your favorite print I've ever pulled? Which one is that, Tam? Does that remind you of the one that I gave you 100 years ago in New Jersey at that Create thing? That was these similar colors? Is that what you're talking about? Is that the one? Oh, great, Tam. I'm glad too. God knows I needed it. Ooh, Lord. It's been a heck of a week. Hey, if you can't sling some paint, save some money on some cool stencils and have some laughs at mine or Gayla's expense. Why is it even a Thursday night? The last one, this one. That's pretty. I'll have to go back and look to see what I did. It does. So you're in that same color wheelhouse that I like, that purple turquoise, little hot pink thrown in there doesn't hurt anybody. That's getting most of it. There's still a little bit on the plate, but not enough to worry about. Look at you. Something about this looks Roman to me. I don't know what. That's really kind of cool, actually, if I must say so myself. Can't hate it. I don't care what you say. Okay, here's this one. I think this is called driplets, but to me they look like little poppy pods because that's what I feel like seeing, honestly. Let's see. You know what? Something just caught my eye. And I don't know if they would work on that though. I'm not sure the eye ink sprays. This one was cool, but not as cool as it was in my head. Oh, maybe that's it, Pam. I love everything I do. Yeah, that's it. Oh, okay. So instead of doing that, let's do. So I was going to spray some eye ink through this stencil on something, but I'm not sure how it's going to cling to acrylic paint necessarily rather than on paper. So it's got something to grab a hold of. Oh, thanks, E. Yeah, the guys, if anybody's looking for the code, it's Joan25. Tell her, Linda. Okay, I'm going to do this. What the hell is this? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do something. Just stand by and wait for it. I'm going to put this Golden's Black. It's a little thinner viscosity. Big word. It's a fluid acrylic. A little bit of this. A little bit. Oops, there we go. And then I'm going to spray some Assess Gold Mine eye ink spray and let it mix up. Disaster or genius? We're about to find out. And now that probably isn't good for a poppy, is it? Ah, crap. Hang on. Let's just do something like this. This just got a design through it. That kind of looks, I don't know, something. I almost felt a little Egyptian in there. I'm like international tonight. Oh, yeah. Oh, and it's going to, of course, it's going to start to, see, it's going to resist. It's resisting me. Try and resist me. You know, do I want it to just keep doing that? Or do I want to pick it up and try to spread it out again? That probably looks pretty cool, just like that. You know what? Actually, maybe, can I put it over something? It didn't. Oh, hang on. Let's throw a piece of this red on there and just pick it up where it's wicking like that and see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? I'm going to miss that top bit if I go all the way down and get this. But that's what I'm going to do. Might be too wet for this paper. I might make a huge mess of my jelly plate. If I do, stream's over. We'll pick up tomorrow. Oh, there's a lot still on the plate. That may have been a fail. We'll see in a moment. Well, the gold's coming through as this dries. Actually, the little bits up. Oh, look at that. It's got some of the gold in the, wow, see that orange flashing in there? Ha! Look at you, happy accident. And I can start to see where this is drying in the big black bits, some of that gold coming through there. Well, that's interesting. Not a total flop, but not, again, what was in my head. I'm going to pick the rest of this up here. Let's go this way. Yeah, that's kind of a mess. But, you know, messes sometimes are the good stuff. Look at that turquoise in there against that red and little bitty places in there. It's coming through with this streak over here. It really pops. It's still drying. I'm going to grab this one here too. Huh. I wouldn't call it a masterpiece, but there are bits of genius in there, if I must say so myself. Print over it. Oh, for sure. Oh, show. Oh, you know what I could do? I'll print these in bronze over it, maybe. No, not this one. This one. Oh, I didn't put this one down like I said I was going to. Work with me, people. Working on a limited capacity here. I'm going to try to get rid of some of this juicy black mixture on here. That's still a dirty, dirty plate. I'm going to get rid of some of that because that's kind of not pretty dirty. Some dirty is pretty, but this is not one of them. I'll use this. See if I can suck that paint off of here and ink. Oop. All right, let's try to get rid of some of that mess. All right. You see, look how cool that is for a background. Little bits of magic in there, little shimmery gold, little bronze, little PBO. Can you see it? Yeah, there you go. I'm telling you, you can't hate it. All right, this one's still wet. Blow it dry. Could get my heat gun up. That seems like a lot of work. Oh, look at that. That's helping a little bit. Okay. Let's, did I want to do gold or bronze? I put gold ink in there. I should use the gold, I think. Okay. Gold it is. Glad you guys agree. Should you really release what's in your head? Release the Krakens. Probably not. Good point, Gayla. Every once in a while. I got to admit it. You're right. Not usually when April's on stream, but that one, you're probably right. You have more mileage with me. April's seen a limited bit of crazy. You were kind of all in. All right, let's do this. So I wonder if that's going to stick where that's still wet. You know what? I think I'm going to try to hit both of these pieces. A little bit here, a little bit there. Let's do this and let's do this. You're not quite as scarred up as Gayla is. Poor Xander. Her therapy needs to go even deeper from her exposure. Joan and Paul have taken a hit over the years too, actually. Okay, let's see what we got. The gold on there is really pretty. I'm not sure over that little bit of black there it's doing any good, doing it any favors, but every once in a while you get that glint of that PBO coming through. Can I hit it on the camera? Maybe over here for sure. It just looks so, it's not a high contrast between the black, the red, and this blue, but it's like the red is so bright and that blue is so bright, it almost hurts your eyes. I might need to get that checked. Yeah. This is really pretty though. But see what I did? Knew it was still too wet. Did it anyway for you guys. I don't know why I let Gayla talk me into this stuff, honestly. Let's see if I can pick some of that up. Okay, so now let me grab a piece of this black bond paper because this should be enough paint to get a little blurry print of this off of there. Okay. And look cool cutting the circles. The red stuff, I love a good red circle. What is happening? I'm all wrinkled up here. I don't like wrinkles. Yeah, I'll work a little snippet in somewhere. All right. Ooh, it's leaving a little impression on the plate still. Can't hate it. And I still got a little shadow there. So that will pick up. But will enough of it pick up between this one's kind of busy to be a plus? You know what I mean? Maybe this one. You can see little bits through there. Let's do that one. Let's do this turquoise color again, just because we have it. And let's put a little, this is the Lucas Arctic, real pale turquoise. Are you cleaning your stencils? Nah, never clean one, I don't think. You can, if you want to, pretty easily with a little Murphy soap or any kind of Dawn or any kind of dish liquid and let them soak. But the Murphy's works really good. Your money's on me. What are we betting on? Inside of a pomegranate. Oh, yeah. I see it. All right, let's mix these two up. That's a lot. Look how bright that is. Lost all my cool gold and black stuff, but yeah, that's the price you pay. Let's grab this and let's see if I can pull up any of that gold. This one here, yeah, I do too. That's Looks a little more mixing up there, but that's the Lucas Krill, like acrylic Krill Studio Arctic. Pretty 723. All right, did I push it enough to get that to pull some of that? It might have had too much turquoise on there. I do that a lot, if you notice. At least a drum roll, Gala. I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to pipe you in here. Maybe you can call my phone and do a drum roll, and I'll put it on speaker. Yeah, I got some little bits of it. It's in there. Now this looks so much more blue, like Caribbean blue, and here it looks Caribbean green in person. That's interesting. I wonder if that would show if I took a picture of it, so I could post it and show you guys what I'm talking about. Because no, sometimes nobody believes me. Oh, I can't. Oh, can I get a picture of that screen and a picture of this? No, not really. Because when I move it to try to get it in front of the screen, I could move the computer, but I don't have that much dexterity at this moment. Oh, you know what? Let me move my little Minicam window out of the way and get the bigger part of my screen. Oh, I'm going to figure it out. Hang on. Am I? Let's see how this looks. I don't know if you guys can tell, but see it probably is going to go with the camera again, making that blue. I'll post it on social media. That's the one in the background that's more cobalt that's on my camera, my computer screen, and here's the one in person. It really is greener. It really is. Just have to trust me. I know a lot of you have issues like Gala and don't trust me, but that's okay. I can take it. Oh, that's just going to pick up all that extra crap on there. Hang on. Don't need any extra crap being picked up. Well, I need another piece of deli, apparently. Could you see the difference? Oh, good, Susan. Happy to accommodate. We all need a little break now and then. Sometimes more now than then. So let me... Ooh, look at you. Look at you. Huh. Let's take a little bronze on there. That's still pretty wet, but we're going to do it anyway. Just because I'm feeling... Are you feeling lucky, punk? Okay, I'm going to use a piece of this sketch paper because this seems to really help pull it off the plate. Let's see what happens there. Oh. When I had to phone a friend for Sandra folding those freaking pockets in that book I was taking to Arizona. Is that what you're talking about? I know that's what you're talking about. Oh my goodness. Well, you know, sometimes you got to phone a pal. I can't remember what it was. It was so simple that was not making a connection in my old brain. And Joan, of course, likes to go back to years ago when I was jelly printing on white denim, and then I was cutting it and folding it and sewing it into pencil cases from my friends. And then I put a little clasp, a little Velcro on it, and a little clasp with some cute little metal, who's it on there? Yeah, that went south. Oh, Tam, that's nice. I know Joan appreciates it. But yeah, that sewing project went way south. Hi, God. Okay, again, not exactly what was in my. It kind of looks like waves a little bit or something watery at certain angles. But it did pick up the little poppy / pomegranate bits. What time is it? 8:25. Okay. I think I'm going to wrap it up. I told Dave it'd be an hour and a half. I was almost getting a second wind, but I know I need to pace myself. All right, let me move this little rascal. And let's pull out some of the ones that we did. We just saw this one. This is a piece of cleanup paper. This rascal here. The cleanup of the pomegranate ones. This was a cleanup. This is just another cleanup piece of paper. These red things. That red is like acid red when you see it in person. It's really like if there was a neon red right there. This is a cleanup, but this was a cool cleanup. That's good for a background. Mama will keep that one. This one, it's okay. Pieces. Love the stencil. Again, in my head, look totally different. This one's pretty cool. That's the Roman mosaic, we're calling it. No wonder we can't remember the name of the damn stencils. And this is the same stencil. This was Tam's favorite. Oops. Oh, you know why? I don't have my Minicam window up. And I'm bass backwards looking at YouTube. The Minicam flips it so it looks. My right and left are my right and left when I look in my Minicam window. MANY. Minicam. This one on the red looked really cool. They look glorious. Thanks, Devin. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. It is really bright. This one, I like how this one came out. I do. Love those little squircles. This one, that's the first pull on that one. Look how these are cool. Mama like. And this is just the cleanup of when I use this one to put the black layer on here. And this was the cleanup. No, it wasn't. This was the print. No, this is when I tried to do the patina thing with the PBOs with picking up the black. Didn't really work out like I thought, but yeah. And this is the freebie printed, but I kind of scotched the stencil and it kind of 3D'd. Got kind of looks like you had a couple too many. Looking at that one. So, where's my deets? Here we go. We'll use this one. Here we go. We'll wrap it up like this. If anybody needs to screenshot it, istencils.com. Joan25 for 25% discount on over 4,000 different designs on the whole website. Orders that net over $50 US after the discount, you'll get this free stencil. It will automatically be added to your cart. You don't have to do anything. When you hit this threshold, the system throws it in your cart. And this sale runs till Sunday, the 30th of April, 2023, for those looking at this in 5 years. And at midnight Eastern time. Right now it's 8:30 Eastern time. Well, that doesn't mean anything. That's irrelevant. Gayla, why do you let me do that? So anyway, there we go. There's that. I'll post some pics. And as soon as I can nail down what time I'm going to stream tomorrow, I'm going to try to make it earlier. I will I'll post it and let everybody know. So thanks, guys. I really appreciate you hanging with me. Glad you enjoyed it and had some laughs. And despite Gayla being here, who would I pick on if Gayla wasn't here? See how I miss you when you're not here? All right, guys. I really appreciate it. I know Joan does, and I'm sure Sherry does too at iStencil. So thank you so much. We'll catch you on the flip. Bye, guys. Have a good night.